Nobody was ready for the bombshell that just rocked the rap game. Kodak Black, arrested for possession and trafficking charges, and the whole hip-hop world is spinning out. News broke late last night, and within minutes, social media was in chaos. Rappers from coast to coast are reacting, some sending prayers, some throwing shade, and others straight up distancing themselves from the drama. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, group chats blew up, and the family was left divided as old alliances crumbled and new beefs lit up overnight. What really happened on the night Kodak was taken in? Spacked who's standing by him and who's already plotting to fill his spot at the top. As details leak out, wild rumors, hidden betrayals, and secret recordings, the stakes keep getting higher and the story gets messier. This isn't just about Kodak, it's about trust, loyalty, and the brutal reality of the rap industry. Stay tuned, because you won't believe how deep the drama goes and how fast things are about to spiral out of control from the moment the headlines hit. The rap world was flipped upside down. It started with a single post-one blurry video, showing Kodak Black being led away in handcuffs, cops all around, blue lights flashing in the night. Nobody knew what to believe at first. Was it a setup? Was it real? The internet had questions, and within an hour, answers started pouring in. Possession, trafficking, the kind of charges that can take a rapper off the map for good. As the news spread, fans are shocked, but it was the rapper's reactions that really set things off. The first to speak out was Lil Baby, jumping on live just minutes after the news broke. His voice was shaky, words stumbling over each other. "Man, this can't be right. Kodak, been through too much already. Y'all gotta stop playing with my boy's name." Fans in the comments started arguing, some defending Kodak, others saying this time he went too far. Then came Megan Thee Stallion, tweeting a cryptic line: "The company you keep will always come back to haunt you." Instantly, people started speculating. Was she throwing shade? Was she talking about Kodak or someone in his crew? Every move, every word was under a microscope. Meanwhile, social media exploded with leaked texts and DMs, some showing support, others showing rappers cutting ties. A screenshot from a well-known producer read, "The label already talking about dropping him. Nobody wants that kind of heat right now." That single message spread like wildfire, and the family was left divided. Kodak's closest friends doubled down, defending him in stories and posts, while others quietly deleted photos and unfollowed him. It was every man for himself. At the same time, fans couldn't stop talking about what really went down. Was Kodak set up by someone jealous of his success? Or did he fall back into the same trap so many warned him about? Rumors surfaced of an undercover sting, people whispering about secret recordings, about snitches in the camp. Kodak's mother went on Instagram Live in tears, begging the public to pray for my son. He's not the monster they say he is. Her words hit hard, emotions ran high, and suddenly it wasn't just about a rapper, it was about a family, a mother. And the pain behind the headlines. Producers and DJs started pulling Kodak's music from radio playlists. Stations worried about backlash, and every club owner in Miami seemed to be calling their lawyer. One local promoter went on Twitter, "We gotta protect our own, but we also can't get caught up in the mess. This is bigger than Kodak." The industry moved quick, but not everyone agreed. Trick Daddy, never one to bite his tongue, went on air and called the whole thing a witch hunt, saying they want to take our boys down as soon as they make it out. "I'm not having it." The debate raged on, with some saying Kodak brought it on himself, others claiming the system was out to get him. As the hours ticked by, more rappers picked sides. NBA YoungBoy posted a message of support: "Free Kodak till it's backward." But just as quickly, others kept their distance. One Atlanta rapper said in a private group chat, "Too risky to be associated right now. You see what happened to everyone else who stood too close?" The chat was leaked, adding to the tension. Fans argued in the comments, friendships cracked, and everyone wondered who would still be standing by the end of the week. The story got even messier when Kodak's ex-girlfriend jumped into the fray, posting a photo with the caption, "Shoulda listened when I tried to save you." Instantly, blogs picked it up, speculating about whether she'd played a role in the arrest or was just clout chasing. Everyone wanted answers, but nobody could agree on what was real and what was fake. Kodak's legal team went silent, refusing all interviews. His family stayed holed up, surrounded by reporters, fighting back tears as the first night turned into mourning. The rap world held its breath. Nobody knew what would happen next, but one thing was clear: everything had changed. Old alliances were breaking, new beefs were brewing, and the industry was watching every move, waiting for the next twist in the story. Would Kodak beat the charges, or was this the end of the road for one of rap's most controversial stars? For now, all anyone could do was watch and wait as the drama kept building, and the world kept talking. As the sun rose, the chaos from Kodak Black's arrest spilled far beyond the blogs and hip-hop headlines. It became the only thing anyone in the music game could talk about. While his die-hard fans flooded social media with #FreeKodak hashtags and conspiracy theories, the bigger story was happening behind closed doors. Group chats with rap's biggest names were blowing up. Everyone wanted to know who was really loyal, and who was only loyal when things were good. Fans are shocked as private DMs and voice notes started leaking, some rappers swearing they'd ride for Kodak no matter what. Others coldly plotting to snatch his spot in the charts. In Atlanta, a late-night studio session turned into a full-on argument as a group of up-and-coming rappers debated whether Kodak's arrest was a setup or if he'd really crossed a line this time. "Man, I've been warning y'all, Kodak don't care about nothing but Kodak," one producer said, shaking his head. "Look at his track record, bro. This ain't even surprising." Another rapper, frustrated, fired back, "Nah, you just mad you never got a feature. Everybody wants to be his friend till the cops show up." The studio was thick with tension, and you could feel the fear if Kodak could fall this hard. Anyone could dot elsewhere. Kodak's own crew was falling apart. Some scrambled to cover their tracks, worried about what the investigation would uncover. Word leaked that police were digging into old business deals and phone records, searching for anyone connected to the case. Kodak's manager called an emergency meeting demanding loyalty. "If you ever ate at my table, you better keep your mouth shut. No interviews, no statements. Let the lawyers handle it." Some nodded, others shifted nervously, checking their phones as news alerts kept coming in. But the real bombshell dropped when another major rapper, one who'd collaborated with Kodak on a recent chart-topping single, went live on Instagram. Tears in his eyes, he told fans, "I know y'all want answers, but right now, all I can say is I'm praying for my brother. People will try to turn us against each other, but real ones never fold." The comments section exploded. Some praised his loyalty. Others accused him of being fake or just trying to protect his own image. At the same time, Kodak's legal team finally broke their silence with a vague, carefully worded statement. "We are confident that Mr. Black will be exonerated once the facts come out. We ask the public to reserve judgment until all evidence is presented." The statement did little to calm the drama. The media twisted every word, and fans dissected it, convinced it meant there was more to the story than anyone was admitting across the country. Radio hosts and bloggers debated Kodak's fate. One Miami DJ argued, "Kodak changed the sound of the city. No matter what happens, you can't erase what he did." Others disagreed, saying, "If the charges are real, nobody is untouchable. The game moves on." As the discussion heated up, emotions ran high. Former friends started airing old grudges and exposing secrets, trying to shift blame and protect themselves from the fallout. The family was left divided, not just by the arrest, but by the betrayals happening in real time. In the streets of Miami, fans organized rallies, some holding signs, some blasting Kodak's music from speakers, demanding his freedom. Police kept watch, but the vibe was tense. Everybody felt on edge, waiting for the next piece of news to drop. Rumors spread of a possible plea deal, or even more arrests coming soon. Every hour brought a new leak, a new accusation, or a fresh twist. As night fell again, the industry was split in two: who still believed in Kodak, and those already moving on, hoping to claim his place. Old friends became enemies, and new alliances formed overnight. For Kodak himself, locked up and facing the biggest fight of his life, the outside world was tearing itself apart. And everyone watching knew this was just the middle of the storm. There were bigger secrets yet to come. And the real drama was only beginning as the saga deepened. The hip-hop world felt like it was in a pressure cooker, everybody waiting for the next leak, the next betrayal, or the next big reveal that could flip the narrative all over again. By now, it was clear that Kodak Black's arrest wasn't just a story about one rapper getting caught. Up Hit had turned into a battleground for loyalty, clout, and power, with every major player in the game scrambling to protect themselves or take advantage of the chaos. The family was left divided more than ever. Kodak's closest allies held emergency meetings, debating whether to stay loud and defend him or stay quiet and let the drama blow over. "It's not just about Kodak, bro," one friend said in a group chat, voice tight with worry. "They looking at all of us now. They digging through old texts, old deals, old beefs. Anybody who's ever been in a photo with Kodak is getting calls from the feds." The paranoia was real, phones buzzing with calls from unknown numbers. Friends ghosting each other. Managers scrambling to rewrite statements before the blogs caught wind. Meanwhile, social media kept the fire burning. Kodak's mother posted another emotional video, pleading for her son's innocence and slamming those fake friends who only show up when the cameras are on. "We see you," she said, her voice shaking. "We know who's real and who's just here for the ride." Her pain resonated with fans, sparking a new round of debates. Was Kodak really abandoned, or did he push people away with his choices? The twists didn't stop there. One of Kodak's old rivals, who'd been quiet for months, suddenly resurfaced with a scathing diss track, calling out not just Kodak, but anyone who dared defend him. The internet exploded. Some called it foul to kick a man when he's down. Others said it was just the rap game showing its true colors. The diss track trended for hours, fueling speculation about who would clap back next. Fans are shocked as even rappers with no real beef weighed in, desperate for a piece of the spotlight. All the while, Kodak's legal drama took an unexpected turn. Sources leaked that prosecutors had landed a new witness, someone who'd been close to Kodak's crew and promised to tell everything. The news sent shockwaves through the industry, as everyone scrambled to figure out who flipped and what secrets they might reveal. One producer, shaking his head in an interview, said, "This is what happens when you mix business and street life. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna talk." Emotions ran high as more rappers started posting cryptic messages about trust and betrayal. The impact was felt even beyond music. Brand deals were canceled overnight. Streaming numbers started to dip as playlists dropped Kodak's tracks. And clubs that once played his hits now hesitated to risk the bad publicity. Jays argued over whether to spin his songs or cut ties completely. One legendary club owner went viral after telling reporters, "You can't erase Kodak from the city, but you can't pretend nothing happened either." The whole scene felt stuck between loyalty and survival, just when it seemed like the dust might settle. Another bombshell dropped a leaked recording of a jailhouse phone call. In it, Kodak was heard lashing out at those who abandoned him, threatening to expose everything when he got out. The clip sent shockwaves across the internet, leaving rappers and fans scrambling to figure out who he was talking about. Overnight, old friends started deleting posts and locking their accounts, afraid of getting caught up in whatever secrets Kodak threatened to spill. The suspense only grew, and everyone from industry insiders to everyday fans knew the final act hadn't even started. Kodak's future was up in the air, and with every new twist, the drama just kept getting wilder. The stage was set for the showdown nobody wanted, but everybody had been waiting for. And as the story kept spiraling, the only question left was who would survive and who would get left behind. The drama was now at fever pitch, with the entire rap world waiting for the next domino to fall. Every morning brought a fresh headline, another leaked message, or a new betrayal exposed. Kodak Black's arrest had become more than a criminal case. It was a test of loyalty and survival, with rappers, crews, and fans scrambling to figure out where they stood before the storm hit them, too. Even Kodak's oldest supporters started acting cagey, worried that just being in his orbit could bring heat from the law or the industry. In Miami, Kodak's neighborhood felt like it was on lockdown, the streets that used to blast his music. At every corner now played nothing but silence, with old friends huddling in small groups, sharing theories and nervously checking their phones. Kodak's mom, who once begged for unity, was now avoiding cameras. Worn out by the non-stop drama and endless reporters camped outside her house. Fans are shocked at how quickly the loyalty faded, how fast even Kodak's tightest circle turned cold. Meanwhile, the investigation around Kodak grew even darker. A former business partner went on the record promising to spill everything he knew if it meant staying out of trouble. Media outlets teased exclusive interviews, blurring faces and disguising voices, while police claimed they had more names of interest on their list. Rap blogs blew up with rumors that even Kodak's old label execs were meeting with lawyers, desperate to protect themselves from whatever would come out next, just as people started to believe Kodak would be left to fight alone. Another twist shook things up. One of rap's biggest stars, someone everyone thought had distanced themselves, broke their silence on live, saying, "Real ones don't fold." Everybody got a story, but only a few know the truth. The chat went wild. Other rappers started posting solidarity, some quietly, some loud and public. For a brief moment, the family was left divided, but the real ones stepped up to show love. And that wave started to turn the conversation again. Kodak's single quotes "Us legal team" made a final, desperate push to control the story. In a surprise statement, they announced a press conference, promising shocking revelations that would flip the whole case on its head. The industry braced for impact, bloggers and fans glued to their screens as Kodak's mom appeared alongside. His lawyers vowing to clear his name and expose everyone who tried to profit off his downfall. Emotions ran high as the world waited. Would this be redemption, or just another layer to the scandal? As the press conference began, the city stood still. Details spilled out holes in the investigation, evidence tampered with, and accusations that Kodak was targeted by people close to him. It was a bombshell, and as the story spread, fans flooded the internet with messages of support, anger, and hope. The music industry, once quick to turn its back, started tiptoeing back into Kodak's corner, wondering if maybe, just maybe, he could survive the chaos after all. When the dust settled, the rap world was forever changed. Old friendships destroyed, new alliances made, and everybody with a platform taking sides. Kodak's fate still hung in the balance, but one thing was clear: the game would never be the same. Fans are shocked. The industry is still on edge, and as the headlines faded into night, only one thing was certain: no matter what happens next, Nobody will ever forget the week the rap world turned upside down. If you made it to the end of this wild story, you know by now nothing in the rap game is ever simple. Will Kodak Black beat the charges and come back stronger? Or is this really the end of the road? Do you think his crew had his back, or did everyone just jump ship when things got messy? Was this a setup, or did Kodak finally run out of second chances? Fans are shocked, the family was left divided, and emotions ran high through every twist. Now it's your turn. Drop your theories, your hot takes, and your realist opinions in the comments below. Whose side are you on? And do you think the industry will ever be the same after this? Smash that like button if you were glued to the drama. Subscribe for more breaking rap news. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're first to know when the next crazy chapter drops. The story's far from over. Stay tuned, because the next twist is always just around the corner.